Hello there. I'm just finishing up my coffee. So I'll turn on. I know I'm a little bit early, but I'll tell you what, I'm just finishing my last bit of coffee and I've got things to do. So today, a bit different. I'm going to be sorting stuff that's all around me. I've been doing it all afternoon while listening to a lot of YouTube channels. I've been catching up, guys. Some I had to sit and literally watch, and some are just chit chats and catch ups and that kind of thing. So I got on while I was doing those. So if you had a live today, I was probably following it, but I couldn't get in the chat because I can't keep stopping and typing things in. So while I'm chatting today, I will keep looking back to see if anyone's got any questions, but I'm going to be sorting stuff out. I'm just trying to thin things out again a bit more and make the room, it's not a messy room, but I've got to the stage I want even less stuff that I can see. So I'm going to be doing that. So I just finished my last bit of coffee. Last bit. Pigs might fly, and indeed they can. You just have to look for them. If you look for things, you'll find them. If you just say, no, pigs can't fly, you're never going to see them. You're never going to see that happen. Before we start and do my catch up with you on my cross stitch project, because I've done some more, so I need to show it. I was doing the top bit, pocket my name. I'll be so cross if I made the effort to do it in time and I didn't show it to you. So we've got my name there on the top pocket. Whenever I show it to you that way, it always looks wrong. No, that's right. You look wrong then I check. I'm like, no, that's right. So, yeah, they look different orders. I think it's why I hold it to the camera, because it's not flat. So, yeah, we've got my name on the top now. So now I'm starting vegetables on the bottom pocket. And I'm just going to do random one of each type of vegetable. So that's the plan for that. Now that's going to be sitting on my desk in the way of my sorting. It's a case of I've got a few boxes of things and I want to either amalgamate them or get rid of things out the boxes or find different spaces. For example, I can't take you around because I have to plug in the laptop. It doesn't work on battery, but I'll try and move you now and then if I go and do something as best as I can. But I've got a little table where I keep the little mini bookcase on top of it. It's like a shelf bookcase. And on there, I keep not Christmas. What am I talking about Christmas? Weird. Hey, Peter, just popped in. Okay, cool. Nice to see you, Peter. I've actually caught up with another one of your videos today, so go me. Yeah, it's the little bookcase of the garden books that Mike's mum's given us. So that's on top. Now, at the moment, it's got my camera and like sort of the selfie stick, all those kind of things on top. I really want a new home for those. So they might go in a cupboard. Underneath, I got a small cardboard box that I keep a few gardening stuff in that I don't want outside or stored outside. Like the netting, not big netting, like little, I made from net curtains, little bags. I don't know if there's any in there now, I've said that. Just like little bags that I put over the grapes. When the grapes grow, I just bag them up and you don't get them eaten by birds or bugs. So things like that. And it's just a normal cardboard box. But in my craft cupboard, I'd made, this would be matching, look. It's camouflage with my background. Can you tell me, I covered the cardboard box with some strips of this a long time ago. Now, this is a nicer one to be out, but this one's in the cupboard. So I want to empty this one out. Maybe I'll do that first and then go through the gardening stuff and put the gardening stuff in there. I don't want too big a box for the gardening stuff because I don't want to keep much in here. Only the gardening stuff needs to be here. Now, under the desk here is a big crate that I had Monday's live stuff in. Let me put there for a minute because it's heavy. Monday live stuff. And then I had a box for my Wednesday live stuff, which isn't very much. It's just my mood cards. If I've got a game in motion, what the game is, just little bits. So that ended up being in there. But now what was in there's gone in the crate. And the what's in this stripy box, camouflage with the background. Are you following? What's in here is my Thursday live stuff. You'll be like, Dawn, I didn't know you did Thursday lives. No, I do Thursday lives on my other channel, and I do them with StreamYard so people can come up and it's a bit different, flashy colours. It's camouflage now, look. I could make an outfit out of what I've got left of that now, and you wouldn't see me either. So the Thursday lives on my other channel, and as I say, StreamYard in a completely different format, but I haven't done them for ages. They're not a regular every week. It's just random Thursdays, and of late they've been so random that they haven't even happened. And then I was like, I must get back to doing those. But lo and behold, Blue has started on Blue Self-Reliant. She's doing Thursdays, not the same time as I was doing, because I wasn't doing any set time. They were just random times Thursday. And that was basically as well random times. So people like Peter, for example, could maybe actually catch me at a decent time for him. So it was going to be lots of random different times, which they were. But as I say, I haven't done them for a while. So, yeah. Do check out Blue Self-Reliant. She's doing one this Thursday. I can't tell you what time. For me, it will be 5 p.m. Let me tell you. Oh, now it's 5:30. So it will begin half an hour before the time I do my Monday and Wednesdays one. So whatever time it is for you when I start my Monday and Wednesday ones, half an hour before, that's what time Blue will be doing her live on Thursday, which is tomorrow. So I'm going to try and make this one. And she's actually showing some, if you do crafts or anything and send her a picture, she's going to put them up randomly. So yes, this is my Thursday live box. It's basically anything I talk about, or if I have plans. So I've got files, books, all sorts of things. So in a way, they can now go in this big crate down here, which will be all live stuff. Now, originally, I didn't want to keep that crate out. It's under a desk. I've got a desk here where you are, and a desk sort of as an L shape here, where I turn around and write and do things on that desk, or during lives, I have my things on the desk. So I didn't want to keep a crate under that desk. Well, I've got space to sit there. It's not like it's in the way. And then I thought, well, maybe this crate is actually too big to go in the cupboard, hence why it's gone down there. And then I thought, no, am I going to really want to every Monday and Wednesday at least? I'm going to have to keep taking it out the cupboard, in, out, in, out. So like, no, it might as well go under the desk and I can drag it out. There's quite a bit in here actually, though. See, I have intentions. Now, in a way, I kind of want this stuff segregated in there, or else all the live stuff will roll into one. Now I need something to keep this separate within the crate. This is what I do when I sort out. One thing needs to go somewhere else, but that needs to go somewhere else in order for this to go somewhere else. Now I'm thinking the garden box that I did have out, the one that's not covered, if I empty that out, perhaps the Thursday stuff would fit in there within that crate. This is why my room ends up in a big mess when I'm sorting things out. Right, let's take the garden stuff out of the cardboard box. I always end up being off camera in my lives. It's a thing. You'll just have to bear with me. Mike is very ill in bed at the moment, and I said to him, I'll just do a quick live and then I'll come to bed with you. And he's watching something at the moment. So I wasn't going to be too long, but today is cold for us. Cold and rainy. We've got a Coptic storm. So days like that I don't like. Oh, there's stones in there. So I have to be careful that I don't sit around and do nothing on days that I can't go outside. And in England, when it was cold or winter, you'd get your crafts out, or you'd get painting out, just those little hobby things, or you'd read, those kind of things. But remember, we're off grid. So when we get the bad weather, all those things you need light for, or sit around in the cold, cold. Hey, our seasons come and seasons go. If we know it'll be back to warm weather, yes, I'm hoping no more than a few days. It's a Coptic storm right now, so it is a few days normally. And as I say it's cold, but that's cold for us. I know people get a lot colder than we get, but it's the shock of the system here. And as quick as winter comes, we're technically midwinter, as quick as that comes, it's suddenly hot again. I've got what I call in-between clothes. So let's say, what you call them? Some people call them capris, like the trousers that are only like halfway down the legs. They're longer than shorts, but they're not trousers. And literally there's a few weeks you can wear those when you're going from trousers to it's too hot for trousers. So you put those on and you've got maybe a week and then like, oh, I need shorts on. So our weather is either hot or like we go hot weather and then a few weeks of, oh, it's not so hot now. So you put like a jumper on or something. And then as quick as you've done that, you're like taking layers off again. It's so bizarre. Yes, this will fit in that box because I need to keep these separate or this will just get so mixed up with. It really needs sorting what I was doing. So that's gone now in that box, which I will make room in the crate for. Well, technically it could go separate down here because there's a lot of room. Crate is going to be all lives. So that's alive. These are my moods that I show you. And if you didn't know, I did make some of my own, you know, my mood, what mood I'm in. And I made some of those. So look out for those. I didn't do it today for obvious reasons. Those of you who keep up with what's happening with me will know. Not the best of moods, but there's nothing I can do about it. So we're not talking about that right now until I've got something to tell you. So that box is now empty. That's going to be the garden stuff that I want to keep indoors. So what have I got that I want to keep indoors? I have a couple of things like this that if I'm sorting seeds, like I've collected seeds from the garden, if it's windy, I sometimes bring them in and sort them indoors. So you want big and small pots. So I've always got those. I've got, oh, that one's broken now, so that can go. I've got a couple of scoops, again, for sorting small seeds. Oh, Peter's put something. We're in summer. Yes, I know. Yeah, our weather is about 35 degrees Celsius one day and about 26 next day. Up and down, the weather has gone bonkers these days. Yes, I was watching a channel I really love is Kathy's channel, Small Garden, Big Dreams. And I really love her channel. I was watching it again today. And because I was catching up, I sort of, where was I up to with her videos? And I remember it was all about the floods. And the video that I was sort of watching, looking where I was up to. And I was like, oh, yeah, the floods. And then it's like, the video I watched today, it's boiling hot, it's too hot, I've got to put shades over all my plants. And she's Australia, if anyone doesn't know. And I was like, yeah, you get all the weathers, really. You really get all the weathers. As I say, we mostly just get hot and warm. So I do like having the change of weather. I wouldn't like to be in a place where it's just totally hot all the time. I do like to see a change. Then you appreciate the warmth. Wish you could do live a bit earlier as time difference is amazing. It's 2:40. Goodness, Thursday morning, very tired. That's cool, Peter. No problem. I know you're a great supporter of my channel. I appreciate it. That's why I say my Thursday ones on my other channel, they're not every Thursday, but make sure you've got like the bell notification on my other channel. And when I do a live, I'm going to try and make them like I did before, like really early in my time, and hopefully pick up some of your folk. So that's much appreciated. Then again, I've got a couple of dishes and plates and things that I use for seed sorting, so I need to keep those indoors. They can go in the box. I've got, that's where the stones came from then. I picked up the ones that fell out. I use old video cases a lot, and this is little stones that I'm in the process of painting and labelling for plants. And you, Peter, all the best to you, my friend. Thank you for coming. So I really need to paint those. What's in this video case? Ties. Just ties. So again, they could go outside, but it's nice to, if I'm tying something up near the house, just to grab from indoors. That can go in there. Now, this video case is pegs, normal pegs, obviously for doing nets and things. So that. Outdoors, I've got the chicken coop. It's an old chicken coop or bird cage, and that's where I keep all my pots and things that are growing. So I do have an outdoor place, but it's not the driest of places. If you've seen it, it's very rusty and old. We're not going to mess about with that. It's things that don't matter in there at the moment. Then I've got this old pizza pencil case, and in here again lots of ties. Again, it's good if the chicken coop's quite a way down that way, so it's nice to sometimes have things up the house end, just grab those. Again, a few more little trays for if I'm just quickly cutting a pepper or something in the kitchen. I'll just grab one of these, put the seeds on for now. So they need to stay up here. Let's put those in that one. Those in that white dish. That's it. Put that one in there. That's better. There. I've got just different bags and things, because if you collect things like tiny seeds, let's say like lettuce, you can put a brown paper bag over the top of the whole area that's got the seeds, totally grab it in, and you can either then cut the main stem, or you can turn it upside down and shake it, and all the seeds just go straight in the packet. So I've always got brown paper bags. Oh, do excuse. I've got tissue paper. No, not tissue paper. Like greaseproof paper, what you use for cooking, like parchment paper. Get mixed up with all your words. I lay this out on the tray, and when I'm drying seeds, so obviously that has to be dry indoors, I dry all my seeds on that. That's the best way. You don't get seeds sticking on tissue or whatever. So that's a good tip. As I say, I've got net bags that I put around things like the grapes. Another brown bag goes in there. I have, I'm going to pull off my chair in a minute because it's on wheels. These, they're like yellow. Oh, you see a picture there. The whole packet size, they're not little strips, they're a whole big square, and you peel off, and it's bug traps. I've got those. I always keep a pack of those. That's for when you suddenly see something that you've completely missed has got bugs, like white fly or something like that. You completely miss them. I did that with my aubergines or eggplants. Was it last year or the year before? I did a video on it. A really quick way to get rid of something like that. That's one of my methods. So I always like to keep some of those. And as long as they're indoors in a cool room, which this room is, they don't dry out. And then the last thing I've got is plastic bags. There's another one loose, put that in there. Another one loose, put that in there. And plastic bags are for sending seeds. These are what you get when I send you seeds. These little plastic bags. I put seeds in and write on them. And if you want free seeds, you just have to be a very active member of my community in my comments or on lives or however you can comment to me. And I, each month, choose someone who's been very active on my channel, not just that month. And in my community post, I actually put who has been awarded the recipient of the seeds for the month. So today, check my community post and I've just put someone else's name up there. And if your name's there, you need to email me with your address of where you want the seed sent to. And there's a link in that community post of a video. If you go on that video, it explains a little bit more about it to you. And also in the description, it gives you an idea of some of the seeds I have available. So if you've only got, say, a tiny area, then just say what seeds you prefer. If you want some of all of them, that's great too. So there's those. And then these are great. I've got two of these. And when I'm sorting the seeds for the giveaway, I just sprinkle a few in there and then pour them into that little bag. Those little bags I showed you, I just pour them into there. That works really well. And then if I've gone mad and dropped a whole load in from my jars, then I can filter them out there. And I have two of those. There's some labels in that one, just that I've had when I dry seeds. If I have lots of different ones drying, I put a little label next to it because lo and behold, you're always like, hold on, what seeds for these drying? So I keep those to reuse them. So two of those. I think that's all in the garden box. Yes, excellent. Oh, there's another lid to put seeds on to dry. Well, that fitted in there nicely. Now that can go under that little table. I did test earlier to make sure it fitted before I put all those in there. Oh, there's another little scoop. So that's perfect. So again, it's grabbable, but it's out the way. And here's a little tray I actually had for a live, next Wednesday's live. I've got a few things there. If not Wednesday, Monday, next Monday's live. Sometimes we get chatting and I don't show or go through everything I've planned. So that's planned stuff. Doesn't mean it happened. There's that. Oh, that's good. We're getting there. Now what I want to do is something I keep saying I'm going to do. And I'm taking down the stickers, channel stickers. These are what YouTubers have sent me. And what I said I was doing with them, which I have been doing when I get one, is I've changed them all into badges. And then every now and then on my Monday live, sometimes a Wednesday one, I'll wear the badge all through the live. So you get a shout out and you see that. And I tried to just, in the meantime, when I'm not using them, pin them up on this strip. But I think it looks a bit messy. So I want to take that down. I want to take the board away as well. Eventually, Mike's going to make me a magnetic board. Whether that goes there or not, I don't know. But for now, I want to take that down because I think it looks a bit messy. I've got a few there. I've got cards that YouTubers have sent me. So I want to take all that down for now. And then, as I say, I'm still going to use these. So send me your stickers if you still want shout outs and I'll make them into badges and reuse them again. But it's such a pain when I want to use one of them to take them down and then try and put them back up again. So I will still be chatting to you while I'm doing that, and I'll try and tilt you up. Now, where can you see? Let me see. Right, you're up to there. So if I'm going to go climbing in a minute, you'll be all right for a minute while I go and do those. While I'm doing that, shall I chat or shall we play a game? I'm going to play a game because then I can be thinking of the answers. So we're going to use Digging for Health's game she bought me, which I'm so grateful for. We've had so much fun with it. And I'm pleased to say Digging for Health is now posting again on her channel. So do check her out and say that Dawn sent you and wish her well. I know her husband Mike's still got some issues, but she's putting some videos up. So do go and wish her well. So let's do, these are questions and it helps you to get to know me a bit more. So while I'm doing the first lot, I'll think about the answers. And if you want to answer them, you're quite welcome to, and drop the comment below of some of your answers. What is a terrible thing to encourage people to do more often? I'll think about that while I'm getting rid of this stuff. What's a terrible thing to encourage people to do more often? Well, it's got to be something bad for you, hasn't it? A terrible thing to encourage people to do more often. What about something like just do whatever you feel like doing? So that's a good thing in some respect. There's a drawing pin there. You see, I've put like safety pins on the back. And I'll share them all with you once I've got them down. Yes, so a terrible thing to encourage someone to do more often is you often say to people, well, just do what you feel like. Well, that's good in some respects, but it's not good if they're lazy all the time or don't ever accomplish things. So I will say that's my answer, to say just do whatever you want, do what you feel like. What's the next question? Next question. What word best describes the outfit you're wearing right now? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, what word? Well, let me tell you what I'm wearing first. I'll think of a word. I'm wearing my really old comfy cozy top that I wear every time I'm in hospital. I like this just to be snuggy. It's not overly thick, but it's got New York City on it. But it's just comforter. So there's that today. As I say, it's cold and rainy out. My hair's a right mess. And I'm actually wearing jogging bottoms that are warm-up bottoms, like tracksuit bottoms, warm-up bottoms from where I worked. From stage school. So I'm wearing those, but you need a word. What word best to describe what you're wearing now? Comfy. Comfy. Terrible, but comfy. So comfy. Let's say that, comfy. Where is a terrible place to meet your future spouse? At a funeral. That's really not appropriate. And everyone always says, oh, where did you meet your partner? Well, you don't want to say, oh, at a funeral, do you? So anywhere that's not really nice to say, that's where you met someone. What would be a strange but effective way to deal with body odour? Oh my goodness, what a question. Are they talking about your own or someone else's? If it's your own, wash. If it's somebody else's, I don't know. So it doesn't say somebody else's. So I'll say if it's your own, wash. Next question. What gadget would you like to own? That's easy. That's easy. I'm always saying it. The gadget I would like to own is a machine where you can go, if I want to go to America right now, I just go in the machine and I'm in America instantaneously. So I've argued with myself whether that's actually a time travel machine or not. I'm not necessarily saying I want to time travel, though that would be cool. I'm saying I want an instant travel machine. So that's easy. And I keep saying, if any of you can do that for me, I would be grateful. Mike reckons he can build anything, but I haven't seen this materialise yet. I did say one time I want what they call it, a travelator, like escalators, or we call them moving stairs in Cyprus. You know, like like what you get at an airport, like the escalators, but they're flat and you just stand on it, like a conveyor belt for people, and it just goes. I wanted one because we live on a mountain, and obviously I wasn't used to that when I first lived here. Now we go up and down. And I said, well, I wanted him to build a travelator or whatever they're called from our house down to the bottom of the land. So there's that. What one thing besides money would you like to have more of? Is it for yourself? Because I would just like peace and happiness for everybody. So if it's for myself, I just want everyone to have their dreams and their wishes, as long as they're not for greed. So let's say I would like to have the ability then to let people have all these things. Let's put it that way. What sales call might keep you on the phone? Oh, I had one from the bank yesterday. Oh, can we do a survey and can we record it? I said, well, first of all, I'm sort of not doing surveys. For why? So I was like, no, I'm certainly not recording it. What for? No, thanks. What sales call might keep you on the phone? Certainly not these promises of, oh, you're entered in a draw or anything like that. Certainly not that. I don't know. Oh, maybe, no, not even tools. I'm getting into power tools now. No. Maybe if you get to use one, keep one for free. Maybe something like that. If you've got to keep the product for free, just buy. But then it's a sales call. They're expecting you to buy it, aren't they? I do get some promotional like things for YouTube here, and they say, will you promote this? Will you promote that? I won't do it if it's A, something that I wouldn't use, or B, if it's not appropriate. I get so many of these off-grid type companies. I've said this before. I've got one that a lot of people were doing, a lot of YouTubers, and they were targeting homestead channels, and they were no good for homesteaders. They were for, like, if you've got a boat or a what do you call it, a van, if you're a van lifer, those sort of off-grid panels and generators, you know what I mean. So they're the ones that if you're on traveling or on a boat or live in your car, but they're no good for a homesteader. But they were targeting homesteaders because they want to approve them. They want the homesteaders to approve them, and then someone else buys them, but they're not good enough. And Mike knows all that stuff, and he's like, because I said, can you look at this and see what you think? He went, no, they're no good. I mean, they're good for, oh, let's use it for 5 minutes to charge something or to charge your phone extra or whatever. What's the point of it? The amount of money you're paying for it is pointless. So, yeah, you won't see me doing any reviews unless it really is something I want, need, or would use. So, but if anyone's got product for me, I will willingly do the review if it is right. So you can guarantee if you see it on my channel, it's got to be good. What slight medical condition would you not want to have? Slight medical condition. Well, any would do me because that'd be better than what I've got. What slight? Oh, it's got to be something nasty, hasn't it? Like diarrhea. That's got to be the worst one. Didn't you say diarrhea? Yeah, that's got to be the worst. Diarrhea. What should nobody have to eat? I've got to climb now. Let's see if I can lift you up a bit, although I don't think you want to see me climbing. Ooh, look, ceiling. What should nobody have to eat? Oh, I've got that box away one over here. What should nobody have to eat? Well, this is difficult because it depends on your country, doesn't it? We know a lot of countries eat certain bugs and so forth. Oh, you didn't see me out the chair, did you? Oh, I've just realised we're out of shot. Yeah, so it depends on what country you're from. So nobody should have to eat something they feel is like, That's a really difficult one. No one should have to eat anything they don't agree with eating. Yeah. What makes you feel calm? What makes you feel calm? Going for my walks. That's got to be my number one. Going for my walks. I've got mountain area, if you don't know, because I know I've got a lot of new people on my channel. I live in a mountainous, rural, countryside area. The landscape is awesome. If you don't know where I live, go on my playlist of something about mountain walks. I forget what it's called, my playlist. Rural mountainside walks, that's it. Rural mountainside walks. And you will see the landscape here is just awesome. It's trees, green. You see the sea in the distance. That is definitely for me. If I don't get out for my walks, then I just need to walk. If the weather's a bit off, then I walk around my land. I try and do that. But saying right at the moment, I always try and go for a walk on Tuesday, but I haven't lately because I've got so much I want to get done in the garden. So I've been doing that instead. So that's all the from people. So I'll show you what, that doesn't belong. I'll show you what I've got from up there before I carry on sorting out. So we have a sticker from Andale Homestead, the land of plenty. I watched one of her videos today with her broccoli that's doing really well. And as I say, we've got those on the back. We've got, this is from Black's Tropical Homestead, Soil Family Expo. If you don't know what that is, go and check out Sherry's channel, Black's Tropical Homestead Expo. If you could get to it, you need to go to it. It's fantastic. It'll be their second year of doing Expo. Not just a meetup of homesteaders, but far much more than that. So we've got another Andale Homestead. I think I've got the collection of all Anne's stickers and so forth. I love them. I think they're beautiful. I like these shaped ones. I think there's something about those. And again, pins on them all. So you'll see these all pop up again just because they're down. They're going to be more accessible. I've got a basket now that I'm putting them all in. We've got Digging for Health. That's Andrea's channel. I like that one. It's really pretty. I love the colours. It's lovely. We've got another Andale Homestead. The reason I've got another one of these is when she sent them to me, this was on the back of the envelope like a seal. And in the video, I'm like, oh, I'm going to peel that off so carefully. I really want that. And she'd sent me the actual sticker inside. So that was really funny. We got Black's Tropical Homestead. I love that. And she says soil family. So your soil sister or soil brother or whatever. And I like that. That is a t-shirt I would like, one of Sherry's, because it's rather than just saying a channel, it's saying something. So it's Soil Sister. I really want a Soil Sister t-shirt one day. Yeah, Soil Sister t-shirt. I'll have to go and see how much they are and know how much I need to save. I want the Soil Sister. I want everyone's channel stuff, but as I say, that means something. Soil Sister. That's Digging for Health. That's my favourite one of Andrea's. I just think that's so pretty and such a clever idea for a logo. Digging for Health. That's beautiful. And the last one I've got now, this channel's just changed its name, but here it was Danny Day's Homestead. So, Danny, I need an updated sticker, hun. It's now Danny Days Ahead. But if you forget, I often forget people change their channel name. If you still type in an old channel name, it will link you for quite a long time to the new channel. So don't ever worry if you can't remember a new channel name. And then we got a nice card from Danielle, from Danny Days Ahead. I'm always going to say their channel names. And then I got a nice card here. This was from Anne and our homestead. I'm going to keep all these. I always keep cards like this. And then this is from Andrea from Digging for Health. The grapes growing. There's that. I've got a Christmas card from Anne and our homestead. And, oh, that's an envelope. I've still got the envelope, Anne, as well. So they're going to sit in that basket for now. I don't actually need the cards to go in there. I'll put the cards in my basket at the back here. And then just keep the badges in there. So you know where that's going, guys. That's going in that crate. Oh, we're getting organised. Now I need to get that. The board's going to go. And that little tag bit's got to go there. Oh, let's do a question while I'm over there. If you could be reincarnated as any person or animal, who or what would you choose? Well, I've always said I thought I was a moth because I like coloured lights. I'm attracted to coloured lights. So I've always said I was a moth, or I was something like a centipede or a millipede because I like shoes. I like shoes. Or it's an excuse to buy shoes. And I say that's why I was a dancer, because it was an excuse to buy more shoes. There. So that's all down now. So we've got this. This is really like a hair tie type thing. We'll just roll that up. Now, what does that look like from your point of view now? Now it's empty. That's how you will sit. Does that look bare? Does that look odd? What do you think? Does it? It's like when you take everything down after Christmas, it looks bare, and you can hardly say this is bare. Maybe I should leave it and just see if new people come in. Not new people, people normally in, and see if they come and go, oh, where's your board gone? Will people notice? Does that look like I should be doing something here? I don't want to be in this bit. No, that looks bare. I'd be in this bit. Yes. What do you think? Or does that look strange? I don't want just this because I haven't got enough. That's why I had to put this bit up. This was all old stage curtains, but I had to remake all this because it was just odd bits all over the place. So I've had to remake. I don't know if you can see. I've literally got every single bit on a bit of thread across the top. Because what I had there originally only started about here. So, yeah, what do you think? Does that look all right? Maybe I should do my channel name, but I can't really attach anything. This is the problem. I can't really attach anything. Maybe I should do New Beginnings, but then I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know. And then you can't see, but then we have, let's move my chair out the way. We have a little kind of table thing here. This is just where I've put the board, in case you're wondering what that is. That's the board I've just put there. So I have this little unit. So for me, visually, I've got my fibre optic. And then this I like here because this basket is my folders of what I'm posting and what I've posted. So that's grabbable. Look, you can see I can get it when I'm working here. And then at the bottom is I'm sorting out folders. This is YouTube and computer stuff and gardening. So that's kind of all reachable from here. So I think that's got to stay there. As I say, you can't actually see it, but when you're in my room, it looks set out and quite nice. So yeah, maybe I'll leave it as it is. We'll see. If you've got a comment on it, always appreciate that. Don't know if I should have New Beginnings up or not. I mean, when you're on StreamYard and things like that, always put your name up, but I'm just doing this on the camera. Maybe I should have a little thing I stick. Where would I put it for you to see? I'd have to have something here. I'll think about that one. Okay, so what was the question? If you could be reincarnated as any person or animal, what would you choose? Person. Maybe I'd try and be a nicer person. So no one particular. I don't know what you'd say. Person's a bit odd. Animal. Let's do animal. What animal would I be? Do I want to be an animal? Because an animal depends on where you end up being. If you're a domesticated animal, you could have a good life or a bad life. Am I getting too deep? I don't know. Let's just say animal regardless. What type of animal? I'd be something like, say, a guinea pig or something like that people would like to hug and love. Definitely a big furry hairy type of guinea pig, because I think people like to, I do, snuzzle into furry animals. You know, of my 4 cats, I've got Kit, and Kit's a furry one, and I'm always like snuzzling him, and I've done that since he turned up here. And now if I hold him here, he just puts his head here and goes like this. I snuzzle him. So yeah, nice for a donkey. Donkey could have a nice life, but then you're outdoors all the time. Not a donkey. No, a little furry. No, I'm doing it. A little furry. I don't know. Something that you pick up and love and hug. I don't know. What always takes more time than it should? Doing accounts. I don't do them anymore, luckily. That's my bugbear, always doing accounts. I would say any job that you don't want to do because you put it off. Like today, as I said, it's been raining and it's cold, and I can't do those normal things people do in the cold and sit and snuggle and sew and all that because of power. So you can't put lights on, so you can't see to cross stitch and that kind of thing. So I decided today I would do all those jobs I've been putting off. Not that I don't want to do, but you think, I'll do that. Oh, I'll do that later. And so actually the last 2 days I've been doing, I must do that. And I literally have got quite a lot done. Hence that today in this live, I keep like, oh yeah, I should sort that out. I should do that. So I thought, well, hold on. I'll do the live and get some of it done. So I got the boxes all out here so I could do it. I finally got this bit done. Yesterday, I wrote to 3 of my friends. I write by hand because I like to receive hand letters. Plus, we don't have a printer now. So, so I wrote 3 long letters to 3 of my friends. Today I caught up on quite a lot more YouTube channels, which I kept saying, I must catch up. There's some of my fantastic channels I love to watch, and I must catch up. But I'm not someone who watches a bit and then, I've watched a bit of it. I watch the video. I watch the whole thing. I'm a loyal community member. And obviously, if they're long videos, it takes time. And as I say, if they're videos where it was just chit chat videos, I could get on. But mostly I do tend to sit and watch a video. And there are a lot of videos like my own that need watching. They're not just chit chat like a live. You can play a live back, no problem. But a lot of them were ones I wanted to actually physically watch. I had to make the time. I was a bit upset. One video, there was a live up maybe a month ago, and I really wanted to watch it, but just didn't have the time. I went today to watch it and it's not there. And I know some lives either get taken down if something occurs in them or something's said, or sometimes, depending on how you record them, they don't stay. They're just up for a certain amount of time. So I did ask the person. So I really wanted to watch it, but I've just made time for it, and I knew I had to catch up with it, and it's gone. And I said, please tell me if there's anything important I missed, because I so wanted to watch it, but I wanted to make time for it. And my next plan, maybe my next live, I want to use my exercise bike. I normally have it in the studio, but I bought it up here for the winter. Firstly, because we had volunteers here, so I don't go disturb down the studio. And also, if it's a day like today, hey, got nothing to do, I'll do like 10, 15, 20 minutes on the exercise bike. So I'm more likely to use it. And was it last year or the year before? My plan was, if I'm going to watch a video, a YouTube video, I'm going to watch it on my exercise bike, move my chair that I'm sitting on now, put the bike here. And I feel like I'm doing two things at once. And I'm someone who, I don't like exercise. I like something either fun or I'm like doing something else at the same time, like watching the videos, and my mind isn't focused on exercising. You wouldn't think that, would you? But yeah. So maybe I might do my next live on the exercise bike, and maybe that will motivate you if you've got an exercise bike or maybe an exercise mat, and you can just at the same time, if you're on my live or watching it back, you could use that as your exercise time. Wouldn't that be cool? Think how fit we'd all be if all the time we were watching YouTube, we were exercising. So yeah, maybe I'll do that for my next live. That would be pretty cool. Did I answer the question? Yes, the card's gone. Let's do one more lot of questions, and then I'm going to go and see how Mike's doing. So there's 4 questions on the card, so we'll do these 4 questions. Where is a great place to host a wedding? Well, we had ours in Cyprus. We weren't planning on that. We actually had our wedding not booked as in paid for, but all arranged. In our heads, we were about to book it for Mauritius. And it was when Mike was saying about, well, we're going to be living out here. How do you feel about if we actually had it in Cyprus, as that was going to be our new home? And I thought that's quite lovely, actually. So we had it here. I say in a hotel, it wasn't a hotel wedding. It was in a chapel, one of these little tiny sweet chapels in the grounds. And what I liked about it was they actually closed all the outside of the hotel during the whole time of the wedding, the afternoon and everything else. They just opened the grounds in the evening when we were on there. They've got like a pier, like if you don't know a pier, like where you have boats, like a jetty, but bigger than that. And that's private to the hotel. And we had the evening on there. It's massive. It's like not like a walking plank. And we had a band there and dancing. And just prior to the start of that, we went on a boat off the jetty, just me and Mike. And the guests could freshen up and whatever for a bit. And then we all got together back on the pier for the evening, which was lovely. And we had someone doing a video and someone doing the photographs, and we had them from the same company, so they worked well with each other. And they said, do you want us on the boat with you, or do you not want us on the boat with you? Because this was like, we were just married then, and they didn't know if we wanted to sort of chill out there or be private or what, or whether we wanted it documented. So I said, I'll tell you what, we have just the photos, so not pose photos while we're on the boat, but just take some pictures while we're on the boat. And I think the video man filmed us sort of going away and coming back again kind of thing. And we had champagne on the boat and everything. That was really nice. And then when we came back off the boat, they'd got all the guests to sort of line up like an arch, and we walked back under that to like sit down for the meal and everything. So that was lovely. So I would say, unfortunately, you can't duplicate that wedding because that hotel, it still exists, but it's not the same. It got taken over by another company. It's all totally different now. So it kind of made our wedding unique. Plus, we made it unique because we did the English traditions of wedding that we liked and the Cypriot traditions that we liked, and mix and matched it all. So we kind of had a bit of both, and we had Cypriot new friends and English family and friends. So all of it was new to one type of person or the other. So it was, but they also felt they understood parts of the wedding as well. So it was really cool. So I would say anywhere exotic is nice for a wedding, but it's whatever you want, isn't it? I'm not saying spend money on a wedding. It's got to be something for you, not for your guest. You've got to do what you want and not what anyone else wants. It's got to be what some people don't like many people at all for a wedding. Some like a great big thing. So whatever you like. So wherever you're most comfortable to have the type of wedding you want. What do you do that's really irresponsible? Where to begin? Where to begin? Seriously, what do I do that's irresponsible? Mike would say I do things I shouldn't do, as in because of my condition. But then if I only did things I should do, I wouldn't do much. So it was that I would go out on my walks and I didn't have a phone or any means of communication. There was that. So that probably. But that's been rectified, as you may well know. What do I do now that's irresponsible? I think we all just not take risks, but sometimes, I don't know, you're outstretched on a ladder or, just so silly day-to-day things. I wouldn't say it's irresponsible. It's just a bit silly. What do I do irresponsible? I like to think I'm not irresponsible. It's irresponsible. We have mad days. we just be a bit crazy, let off steam. I don't smoke or anything like that. I like a nice drink, but I'm certainly not an alcoholic or a drinker. You might think I am, by the way. I seem to always have, Jimmy will tell you, Mr. Jimmy from the Astute Tourist, cocktails and whatever. I don't drink as much as it appears I do, but I do like a drink. We have wine with our Sunday dinner. Occasionally an evening we'll have a drink. Oh, so saying that, Mike brought me this coffee in earlier that I was having at the beginning, just finishing it. And yesterday, because he's not well, he actually made coffee and he put a little bit of whiskey in his coffee, which I didn't know. And he brought me in a coffee and I started drinking it. I was like, oh, this smells nice. And he put a little bit of brandy in my coffee. Okay, that was lovely because he had a bit of whiskey, so he thought, give me a bit of brandy. So that was nice. Anyway, he brought me this one in today and he brought it in. I went, oh, that just smells of coffee. So as I say, you hear these snippets and then you think I'm drinking all the time, but truly not. We did treat ourselves, or Mike treated me for Christmas. He bought me a bottle of, which you would have seen in my community post, a bottle of pina colada, like a pre-mixed big bottle. And see, I put it out there. I put a straw in it, in the whole bottle of straw with, you know what you get on cocktails, like the umbrellas and the fancy things. And I put Christmas salted, you know, I put it out there, and that's why people assume I'm a drinker. And he also bought me a bottle of, it was like Baileys, but it's not the brand of Baileys. He bought me that. And it was basically one for my birthday and one for Christmas, because my birthday is 6th of December. So I said, oh, there you go. Well, he said, choose 2 bottles. And he said, but when it's gone, it's gone. Well, the pina colada's just finished and got a tiny bit left of the Baileys, not Baileys. So, yeah, I don't drink that much. It's a laugh. It's just a laugh. What company or product do you wish was still around? Oh, that's a good one. If you know me, I'm a great fan of the 70s. That's the era I grew up in. So we're going to talk about things from there. There was a sweet I've talked about before called Texan Bar. And it wasn't nougat, because I don't like nougat, but it was like a white toffee inside chocolate. It was like a Mars bar, that kind of bar of chocolate. And it was very thin, the chocolate, all round it, and like this white toffee, but it was definitely not nougat. It was kind of chewy toffee, but white. So that, I liked that a lot. Basically any of the old sweets and ice creams, and because that's what I grew up with. Company or product, I'm just going to say all the things from the 70s. If you could just get, I know you can get some things again, but if you could just have all that stuff again, my life of the 70s. So I would say it's mostly sweets. Oh, there was, I don't know if any of you can get it anywhere. There used to be a jar. It was smaller than a jam jar, but fatter. And it was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like cheddar cheese spread. And it was quite soft. It wasn't thick, really. Kind of more runny than peanut butter. A little bit more runny than that. A little bit more gloopy. I think it was called cheddar spread. And it was by, I think, Kraft, the company Kraft. Might be wrong on that, but I seem to recall that. That was very nice. I like cheese. I don't like the smelly, mouldy cheeses, but I like cheese. Used to have chocolate spread. It was called chocolate spread. That was nice. Yeah, I could think for ages and come up with tons of stuff. But yeah, I would say mostly foods and sweets from the 70s. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, last one. Who do people always mistake you for? Well, not going back to the previous answer, I was talking about drinking, but people do think I'm a drunk. Not because of that, that's a joke, but because of my condition. Particularly if I get tired, I do start stumbling around and acting like a drunk. My speech goes, which you probably notice quite a lot anyway. I can't get words out, or it just goes, or I can't remember things, but I literally fall down, depending on the day and the time and what I have or haven't been doing. By the way, if I sit, that's worse than being active. So it's not if I'm active. But like now, I might get up when I finish because I've been sitting for a little while. When I stand up, I either can't stand up, or if I get up too forward, I'll fall flat on my face. So I act like a drunk. I stumble. I can often be down the end of the land and I just suddenly have a moment and I either fall down or, you know, like a child goes, oh, I can't walk anymore. I can't walk anymore. That's me. That's me, but I really can't walk anymore. It can be that sudden. So, yeah, hence the should have a phone on me all the time situation. So, yeah, I would say that. I would say people think I'm a drunk. And more often than not, I've gone into a coma, and general public around will say, oh, it's a drunkard, and either leave me and walk away. I've had my possessions stolen from me when I've gone into a coma on the street, when I've been on my own. And they just think you're a drunk. And they say to the paramedics, if anyone does eventually call them, they say, oh, it's a drunkard. She was acting really drunk and stumbling around. And I'm completely oblivious of it by that point, by the way. I can't ask for help or say anything. By then, like, the brain shut down. So, yeah, so that's a nice note to finish on, isn't it? So thanks, Andrea, for the cards. Do check out Digging for Health. I'm really loving doing these. I keep saying, oh, I'll do another game this week, but I don't, because I really love doing those. They're so much fun. So I've got a bit of sorting out done. Do drop me comments and let me know what you think. And also your answers to any of the questions. They're really good fun. So we'll leave it there. I will be back on Monday with a live. Yes, I definitely won't do a Thursday tomorrow. Or might I? Who knows? Who knows? So as I say, check out Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. That's my other channel, where there will be random lives. They won't be any set time or any set Thursday, but they will be on Thursdays if I do them. But you need the notification bell, because obviously I will just start. You don't get a thumbnail for those saying I'm doing a live. They literally just start. So if you've got, I think you have to be subscribed to be notified, I believe. So there's that. So until next time, thanks for being here. Really appreciate your time. Till next time, as always, Meraki.